Sorry for that. We're starting from the front end aspect and we'll go straight to development. We've been able to create the team aspect, which we've done creating the team. So we changed this part, we changed it to yellow, and you can see most of the content we changed to yellow. You can see it here also. We've changed them to yellow, and then this. So what we did was to just get the color of it. We got the color. Let's see. Right click and inspect. When you inspect, you see the color here. This is the color we took. And we went to our application. We had, this is the WordPress. Went through this way, and then we did theme, SongJit, lights, assets, CSS, and then we have this here. So you just find and replace. You can just find and replace. Here you have all this. You can see it. You have over 47. So replace it with whatever color you want to replace, and that's it. And then we'll have that set, so it can align with the logo to an extent, and you have a very good looking application to go with. Okay, that being said, we have to go straight to the development side. So for us to continue, we just close this up. This is where we stopped the last time, where we did is enter this part straight here. Okay, so we have covered all this. So next we're going to do is just to get our positioning set, and for us to get that positioning set, we just need to start now, and that's, you say, let's give a comment, say front end, which was shortcode. So we include the file PHP use include front end. Okay, so let's copy this name and then let's create the file since we included it here. In here we'll do create new file, this, and that is it. So we have it set here. We've not, let's save. And what did you touch here? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. That's all here. So we have our front end back. So first thing we do to get this started, let's open our tab. Let's register. First thing we register a shortcode. Shortcode. Let's call it events registration. Yeah, so this is going to be our shortcode. Then we'll be having ID is equal to whatever the ID will be. This will be the parameter we're going to pass into our shortcode. So just an example of it. So with that, let's add it in WordPress. We have add shortcode. So it's a callback. It has a string. It has the callback. So first we just create that. Let's create it, and let's say event shortcode. No, let's take this as So this is what we're going to call the shortcode we're going to call. Then we'll do the callback. The callback function, which is going to be, let's say, custom registration, event registration, events registration, shortcode. Okay, this is going to be our function, our callback, and inside our callback would now, at this point, we'll call, let's have our callback set. The callback function that will be a hook, something like a hook. So you do the callback for it. So for us to do that callback, let's create the function. Function, this is the function we already declared it here, we already said this is the function we're using. And just not to make mistake. And we'll close it. We'll do this. And also we just do ob start. It's more like getting the objects. You get the objects for it, and once you get that object, so we have the ob stats. That's for management, more like an object management aspect. You can only see it on ob stats. Yeah, so it has also a callback, but we're not using any of the parameters to just get it started, and we'll do other things in it later on. But now we'll just declare a function, registration form. So this is the form that we use for the registration. Yeah, this is the form, and then we'll return everything, every object that I have stored, every memory object that I have stored, we'll return it to get clean, and then it will start all over again. So it's more of a buffer content and delete current output. So it gets the current and then deletes the current output. So it's more like refreshing it. So it gets the current buffer and also deletes the current one. So it just gives you and deletes it, refresh it, it gives you refresh, and the likes. So that's what we'll do here. If you can see here, we're not adding any parameter to our shortcode yet, but let's declare this function. Very important. That's why I'm showing you right over there. So function this, have this, and have this. So now to just get it better off, we're going to add a parameter. Let's just add our parameter so we'll be taking IDs of so let's say attributes, all the attributes. Just declare it here none, and after the ob stats we have, so we extract it. So here we're extracting the parameters. That's what we do here. So we extract shortcode attributes, and to be in an array and have multiple on it too. So the good part here is that you can have multiple on it. So we are just taking ID. So if you take ID, let's initialize it as 1, and then under since we are doing extracts, we'll just get the we'll get the attributes. It's already given us to get the attributes of it here on it, and I think we're good. So what would this do? Let's var dump id. So let's var dump id. So it will just take this id, and if you want to add something like posts, you can still do that and say post is equal to 430. You can always do that on it. So you can do post. So let's just do id, and at this point all what we need to do now is to call our shortcode in since it's already linked to this, the main application. So we'll call our shortcode. Let's copy it, event location id is it, and we'll go straight to the application on let's say blogs. We can do this, let's say this way. You can see it is just plain here. So let's edit this, and at this point we just add content here, and let's type shortcode. Very easy to get, and I'll paste in our shortcode in here. I'll click save. So view it, and you can see what it's giving us. It's giving us 5. So it's taking the id as 5, but when you don't declare anything in it, it will just take the default. So what we're doing is we're getting 5 from the content. We're getting 5 out. You can see it's 5. Whatever will echo in this function, that's the callback function. It will always come up in it. So we have 5 already. So we'll send this id. We don't need this post parameter. So we'll send this id into the form. So it's just get it from the form. It is from that form that we will get. It's from the form we'll get most of what we're doing. So yes. So here it will not call this form on it. This is the form that is going to call. Let's say the shortcode id. This is the id that will come into this form, and from this form we'll do every other thing that we have been doing. So majorly we've been able to set up our shortcode. So if we come here and say echo uh, shortcode set, and let's go back to our, let's refresh. You can see it echo shortcode set, then added this string which is the var dump. Thank you very much. Next we're going to concentrate on our function, which is a function inside the callback function. Thank you very much.